How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map update for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Bucks County, PA. And currently there is a history of a new save game being required. Please take note of where you started your save game in comparison to the changelogs available. If your current save game is prior to the changelogs that require a new save game, then do not update your save file unless you're willing to potentially break your current save. This is for changelog 1.2.0.0, and this is a big update. So here we go, starting with fixed issue with carrots and onions not harvesting, added Homer pterodos multifruit to map, added clover and alfalfa with bales, added soybean straw and bale, canola can now leave a straw swath, added extended animals, updated animal food as follows: cows 1 forage, 2 dry grass windrow, dry alfalfa windrow, dry clover windrow, 3 grass windrow, alfalfa windrow, clover windrow, 4 silage. Sheep 1 grass windrow, dry grass windrow, alfalfa windrow, dry alfalfa windrow, clover windrow, and dry clover windrow. Pigs 1 maize, sorghum, millet, 2 wheat, barley, 3 soybeans, canola, sunflower, rye, 4 potatoes, sugar beets, carrots, onions. Chickens 1 wheat, barley, sorghum, oats, maize, rye, millet, 2 sunflower. Horses 1 oats, sorghum, 2 dry grass windrow, dry alfalfa windrow, dry clover windrow, 3 carrots. Mixer wagon 1 dry grass windrow, dry alfalfa windrow, dry clover windrow, 2 silage, 3 straw, soybean straw, 4 mineral feed. Pig food 1 maize, sorghum, millet, 2 wheat, barley, 3 soybean, canola, sunflower, rye, 4 potato, sugar beets, carrots, onion. New save required. So, like I said, this is a huge monster of an update for this map. So, let's start at the top. We're going to work our way one by one to confirm and deny some of the things that are on here. Okay, starting with fixed issue with carrots and onions not harvesting. Well, let's check that out. Over one of these. I had it. There it is. As you can see, I already have 474 liters. And that certainly looks like we're harvesting to me. See it falling in there. That looks good. And that's working just fine. Now, added Homer pterodos multifruit to map. So if you go under the mods and DLCs here under Bucks County, PA, you will see, if you scroll over, that's the Tiger Ropa, right here, the Homer pterodos T430 multifruit. So this one can handle your sugar beets, potatoes, carrots, and onions. Same thing with this one here. Looks like the only difference between the two is a little bit of horsepower difference there. It looks like no, this one has a little bit higher top speed at 27, and then you have the attachments here. So you've got one for sugar beets, potatoes, carrots, and onions, and then you've got a trailer for it as well. Added clover and alfalfa with bales. So if we go to this map or this screen here, we take a look, you can see down the very bottom of the list there on the right hand side, alfalfa in the kind of greenish color and clover in the purple. Added soybean straw and bales. Well, that's what this is. Lower that down, you see the big pile of straw behind me. And look at that. Soybean straw right there. And we can also check here, if we scroll down to the very bottom of this list, the prices per 1,000, you'll start to see soybean straw is its own category. So don't get this confused with the normal straw from the game. You will have it as its own separate product. So you'll see straw right here. Let's see. Canola will now leave straw swaths. So when you harvest canola, just the same like you're doing here, it has the ability now to create just regular straw, this kind of straw, not the straw swath. That's its own separate thing. Added extended animals. I'm really excited about this one. So if we go ahead and go to the map, we'll start out here at the main farm. Let's go ahead and check out the chickens. What do they mean by extended animals? Anybody who's familiar with, is it Bally Springs? I believe it is. Will be familiar what the extended animals are. Check it out. We got chicks, chickens, roosters, ducks, and ducklings. That's right. The mapmaker brought in the additional animals for all the pre-placed pastures and pens on the map. Now, I will give a warning, and I will show something a little bit later. The animals will only be in the pens that are pre-placed on the map, so you cannot just add your own pens and expect animals to show up. They actually just are invisible. Now, my presumption, because I didn't go too deep into this rabbit hole, is that even though they're not showing there, they'll still produce everything that you're expecting them to produce, as long as you give them the foods and waters and stuff that they require to produce it. And now let's kind of go through the you know what, let's take a look at the other cows, the other animals. So you can see here at the cow barn, you get the different shaped and sized animals and ages. So you got a couple of little heifers, little calves. Got the big bull back here. And I think, and this might be unique to this map, you get different breeds of cows as well. Where did that little cow go? Now, one thing I noticed, very first thing, so yeah, here's the big bull right there. And I think there's another big bull, different breed down here. I don't think Bally Springs does that. I could be mistaken. But I think Bally Springs only gives you the one kind of breed, and they only give you the difference between males and females. That's the only difference that they give you between, is the sex of the animal. But this one actually gives you different breeds. And here, if I go back to the main barn, which I think was over here, I can kind of illustrate this a little bit better. So you still get males and females. So you got the females here for the calf female, the heifer, and the cow Holstein. So that's one breed, and then you get the male version of the Holsteins. But here you have the Hereford, and this is the other breed you just saw in the pen there. And you get, again, the females, the young calves, the heifers, which are the in-between age, the pre-adults, and then you get the adults, the cows there, and then you get the male version. You get the Angus, and you get the limousines. Oh, and you get some other ones here too. I just noticed this. You get some jerseys, and wow, so you get a whole bunch on this map. That's really cool. Again, same thing over here with the chickens. You get males and females. I don't think you get the different breeds. Yeah, it's just ducks and chickens. That's pretty much it, and males and females of both. That's it. Let's see, let's go over to the sheep, which is down here. Here we go. And you'll see, get adults. That's a adult female sheep. Get goats and lambs. I think that's a lamb there. Nope, young male goat. Let's see, let's go over here. Another little baby. There's a ram right there. Adult goat. And grass is so tall you can't really see him, but he is a male goat. But again, just like we were just discussing in the other one, you get certain options between males and females and different, possibly different breeds? Question mark, question mark. Now I'm kind of curious. Nope. So it's just goats and sheep, and you get males and females. Let's see, and then there's a pig pen right here. Again, these are all pre-built into the map. That's incredibly, incredibly important. Now, pigs are similar to cows, where you get all the different breeds. So you got the land race here, males and females, and you got the kind of three types of females. You got the piglets, porkers, and sows, and then you got the males, piglets and porkers and boars. So you got 3 and 3. And now you get the Berkshire. You got the black peed. Okay. Yeah. So you get three different breeds and the two sexes. Oh, and apparently the deer want to come by. But yeah, you get little. That's not the piglet. That's the piglet, and that's the little in between. It's now slipping my mind as to what that one is, and then you got the heifers. What are they called? The sows. Let's see. I believe that's it. I don't think there's horses on this map. I could be wrong about that. I'm just taking a quick peek and make sure there's not something I'm missing. Nope. No, I don't think horses are pre-placed on this map. I could be wrong about that, though. But the same thing will stand with the horses if there's horses pre-placed. So now, let's kind of go through the various animals and their feed, because that's changed a lot here too. So looking at the animals, let's start out with cows, because that's the first one listed in the list. So, cows, here we go. So you can see here, the very first thing that you need for calves, and specifically for calves, you need milk. And I think that's it. I think all you need for calves is milk. But for the middles, the heifers and the cows, the adults, what you're going to need is a combination of the following. Number one being forage. That's your TMR. That's going to get you your 100%. Number two is your silage. They list as number 4, but in this one, number 2 is... I believe it's the grass and hay. So looking at the list, it says dry grass, windrow, basically hay, dry alfalfa, and dry clover. That should be in the category of grass and hay. Then you have another category, category 3, but I'm not seeing... So this is even kind of confusing, because category 3 is grass, alfalfa, and clover. So, oh, you know what? So it says grass and hay. So it looks like category 2 and category 3 are the same, and it's lumped into the grass and hay section at 60% there. And then you have silage at 90% there, and that's by itself. So that makes sense. Okay, now let's go to sheep. That's the next one on the list. And that's this pen here. So you can see grass and hay are one category, and that one category says that you can put in grass, hay, alfalfa, dry alfalfa, clover, and dry clover. Those are all the various items that can go in as grass or hay. Next one is pigs. Let's check out the pigs right here. So category 1, which is, I believe, listed as base food, that shows up as maize, sorghum, and millet. So that's going to count for 50% of the feed is the corn, sorghum, and millet. Then you have the grains, which is 25%. That's wheat and barley. And then you have protein, which is soybeans, canola, sunflower, or rye. It's one of those. It can be any of those or one of those. You just have to make sure that your ratios are proper. And then lastly is your root crops, which consists of potatoes, sugar beets, carrots, and onions. And that's going to be 5%. All that adds up to 100%, and you should be good there. Now let's take a look at chickens and ducks. That's right here. Now this one has 2 categories according to this, but I only see 1 grain here. So this might need an update. Not 100% sure, but it says category 1 for grain is wheat, barley, sorghum, oats, maize, rye, and millet. All those should be able to get to your grains. And then it also gives you a second category, which doesn't show up here, and that's sunflower. So I'm not quite sure what the story is with that. And then horses, which I don't, again, I don't think comes standard on the map pre-placed, but they will take oats, sorghum, hay, dry alfalfa, and dry clover, and then carrots as well. So they'll require root crop. And then if you take a look at the mixing wagons, let's go ahead and, nope. Let's see, animals, here we go. So you'll see now mixing wagons will take an assortment of all these products here to make TMR. And let's go back to, oops. Oh wow, the storage is much bigger on this one. Let's see, it looks like the same thing with this one. So I'm pretty sure, yes. So here we go. So under the category of hay, there's the picture of the hay at the top there. That shows to accept dry grass, so hay, dry alfalfa, and dry clover. So one of those 3 should be able to fill up the bar of hay. It then says the second bar being silage, third bar either being straw, just normal straw that we're used to from our oats and barley, canola on this map, and wheat. But it also accepts soybean straw in that category as well. And then the last one, mineral feed. And then lastly, pig food, which I'm not aware of there being kind of a base pig food maker. Let's see if that's actually kind of tucked away in here. Yeah, so that's the kind of additional one that they put in here. Well, it says pig food is equal to maize, sorghum, and millet. Number 2 is wheat and barley. 3 is soybean, canola, sunflower, and rye. And number 4, potatoes, sugar beet, carrot, and onion. So maybe that's pig food that you make will then equal out to those, so it then gives you all the various categories for the for your pigs when you feed them. So basically, it's saying that it'll fill up the whole category line by category line under the food. And I think, yes, that is it. That is the update for Bucks County, PA. That is a huge, massive update. And I'm on board for it. I like it a lot. But that is it. That is the update for changelog 1.2.0.0. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.